Hey y'all. Well, good Friday after Thanksgiving. For those of you just starting to watch this after the live feed is over, do stay tuned. I've got a special treat going to be coming on here in just a few minutes. George Strait has sang for millions, and only a few folks have actually got to sing for George. And my good buddy Tony Ramey will be joining me here in a minute to talk about his new project, and you don't want to miss that. But before I get to that, just kind of wanted to reflect a little bit about the last day or so. My sister came up for, I guess it was Tuesday, and outdid herself with Mom's recipes in the kitchen over in Huntington, and had a good, quiet Thanksgiving there. Missed my kiddos and some of the other family members, but we had a good time. And Jordan and I decided to start a little tradition on the day after Thanksgiving. I guess a lot of folks put up a tree. It's been a long time since I put up a Christmas tree, with kids being scattered and just life events. I love Christmas, but it just kind of was a hard reminder, and I know some of you can remember that. But my oldest cousin told me here a while back on another video way back that my mother, and I never knew this, and he would go up that old lane and chop down an old Christmas tree and put it up in the living room here. I never got in on that fun, but decided to do that this year. And I tell you what, I've got the ugliest Christmas tree in America. It's a homely tree, and I love it. We got up in the attic, and this is what happens when two dudes try to put up a Christmas tree. That's about as far as we've got. How do you like that? Where's those lights at? Those sketchy ones, the bad ones. Oh yeah. So I told Jordan, whatever he does, don't plug up these things. Look at that. So those will just stay as just random decor. But no, these are some old ornaments that have been up in that attic for good Lord knows how long. But kind of excited about putting up a Christmas tree this year. So that's what we did. We got it out of the same old lane that Mom did so many years ago. Goodness, probably 60 years ago, 50. But it's been a good day. No chicken hawks. Did a little more cross hatching out there in the chicken yard. And I've decided, and I guess it's a little late for the invite for all of y'all, but good Lord willing, next year, if I'm on the place, plan to be, this place served as a meeting ground for a big family, the Alders. And even before that, the old well over there that an old gentleman watered the horses coming into Nacogdoches, in the late 1800s. It was kind of a stopping off point as you came into town. So I got the wild idea, and several of the family members liked it, but we won't be having a big crowd tonight, but I think it'd be a good idea to have a little old bonfire and kind of give thanks and have friends and folks stop by. Probably a little bit bigger next year, good Lord willing, but we'll see. I know many a holiday was spent right around this little spot right here with all the family here. Of course, the men folk had to get outside. It was just too much noise going on in that house. And I can remember be 15 or 20 of us out here standing around just catching up from the year here around this old burn pile. So I'll start a tradition, I guess, and kind of revive it. It's been years since the family gathered here. It may not happen in mass again, but that's all right. Close friends and family that want to stop by, we'll start that on kind of a bonfire of sorts Friday night after Thanksgiving. That's kind of easy since Thanksgiving's always on Thursday, right? So me and Jordan will be the initiation crew. There's plenty of woods. Used to, you could walk up that old lane right there, but as you can see, time is taking over. We made a little punch in it earlier this year, but waiting on my buddy Tony to pop in. Let's see, he and I's gonna visit about some things. He's a dear friend and a talented songwriter. He won Artist of the Year this year for the CMA of Texas, and just a genuine soul. I see a lot of you don't know, I've been on the music scene for a little while now, and have traveled with several bands and seen a lot behind the scenes. And most of these acts that we see, we love them and like their music, but man, they run around like a stomped ant, just crazy. Don't know what direction they're going. Tony's always held a course of his artistry and his passion for our heritage and our family, and just love the heck out of that dude. So he's got a brand new album coming out, and I told him I wanted to visit with him about it, because thank goodness I get to hear some of the tracks ahead of y'all. I'm sorry. But I'm going to share one of his promos after the video there on our timeline if you want to stick around for it. And man, I think it's been 2 or 3 years in the making. A lot of these old boys will pop out an album every 6 months just where everything's fine. But he told me this one's been about 20 years in the making, and some of the songs really connect with me, and I love it. So waiting on him to pop in here. I'm trying to figure out how to, I can't remember what his picture looked like. Got to find him. Anyway, until then, well, let me rattle off who's on here while I'm waiting. I know he'll be on here in a minute, but there's my sweetheart tonight. She's putting up her Christmas tree today. It's taking her 4 hours to put a bow together. That's what she said. Guess we'll hear about that in a minute. Hey, Roxanne, thanks. Yeah, Jordan's, it's kind of cool to watch him. These ornaments that he's digging out are ages old, and he's never seen anything like them. Plastic Santas and ceramic stuff, and I found, I was up there digging, and there's a couple of elfin-looking something or another, and I know they predated Elf on the Shelf, and I heard him holler from that, "Dad, this is creepy." So, yeah, it's a Charlie Brown tree for sure, Jason. That's right. It's been tough, hard-pressed to find any trees around your neck of the woods right now, man. I hate that. My cousin Jason lives right in the point of destruction there in Florida where Michael hit some months ago, and it's catastrophic. Prayers are with them for sure. Hey, Jerry, how are you up in Oregon? And there's my good friend Donna, the wild man. Yeah, Kathy, they are. Hey, Angela. And Pamela's on. There's Donna from Pensacola. Y'all got a little bit of that storm yourself. Lisa from Dallas, and Joyce from Kentucky. I'm waiting on Tony to come on. I don't see him popping up there. Hope he'll pop in here in a minute. But guess I can just talk with y'all. Ain't nothing wrong with that, is it? Did y'all have a good Thanksgiving? I hope so. Well, we did. Sister was supposed to be here tonight. She actually called for this bonfire, and then we just kind of took off from there. And she had some other obligations and some exciting stuff she's got going on in her life today. So she ran on back, because she can come up here anytime and have a bonfire with me, can't she? I guess so. But maybe next year we'll have Tony and a few others out here picking a guitar. And might even put it out there in the pasture where we got a little room, and let folks stop by, and might even have some coffee. Who knows, right? There she is. Hey, Kim. Waiting on old Tony. There's my Aunt Bonnie. Wave to Aunt Bonnie because she can't hear me. So, Kimberly, you can tell her hi for me. I don't see Tony on here. I know he's supposed to be popping on any second. Trying to stall a little bit. Sorry, guys. Man, I was thinking today, too, is just tooling around the place with a background in retail for 20 years. This was, pardon my language, but this was hell week. Black Friday was on us, and man, you got enough time to eat Thanksgiving dinner, and you were back at it, and I did not miss that. It's been that way for 2 or 3 years. I guess it's just a distant memory now. But, yeah. I did too, Aunt Bonnie. I told you this morning. Yes, I did. Even though she can't hear me, she'll see it on YouTube later. I told her we was going to have one. She pulled right up in that driveway. That's right, Kimberly. Well, I don't see Tony popping on. I know he's in the studio. We just chatted a minute ago, and he said he'd be here. I want to give him just a few more minutes. Sorry if kind of stalling. But, yeah, Melinda, you are on time. That's right. That's right. Well, Kimberly, tell her there is room at the fire. I have got another chair for her. And I guess she misunderstood me when her and Greg stopped by earlier this morning. But anyway. Well, it's a beautiful sunset just the same. And I'm blessed tonight. Tell you that Christmas tree, old scrub cedar tree in there. We couldn't even find an old tree stand here, so took a bucket and looked like a feed funnel, and we coordinated our own little Christmas tree stand in there, and a little baling wire to the wall, and that's what happens when you got a couple of dudes putting up a tree, right? That's what happens. Well, I don't know. I guess Tony's having connection issues, but tell you what, we'll jump off here, and if I can raise him, we'll jump back on and do a quick little talk with him. And until then, y'all have a good week. Be the light. Make the memories count. I think we'd all do well to remember the good stuff in the past, not the bad stuff, just the good stuff. But y'all be the light, and I guess we'll catch you later. Y'all hang around. We'll be back in a minute with Tony. I'm sure something's happened on his end, and I'll come back on live. I do want to visit with him. He's got a lot of stuff I want to talk about. So if y'all are relaxing and eating leftovers, it might be some good conversation here in a minute. All right, y'all have a good evening. Be the light.